good? What's good, guys? What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Oh,
What's good? How's everyone doing?
Good, good,
We're all
good.
we're all, we're all set. We're good in spirits.
Oh yeah.
As best as we can be. All
Oh
right.
yeah.
So welcome everyone to this week's episode of Geeked Out Live, hosted by us, me, Night Terrors, my co-host Emerald Knight, and Sid Vicious Toys. And every week, we have a live show to go over toys, pop culture, etc. You name it, we go over it. So how we normally kick things off is we go around the room asking what is the latest toys we've gotten and show them off possibly. Um, Usually it starts with me, but I haven't got any new toys, so I'll pass it on to John.
Oh man, why you gotta do me like that? Why gotta be first?
what you got, John? What you got?
I figure you want to get out of
So
the way.
so this may not be a surprise for y'all or some people out there, but I went ahead and got the Mezco Golden Age Batman,
That's
blue and
right.
gray Batman. So I was talking about this I think a couple shows ago about how I think this guy would probably do pretty well with the Two-Face that I got.
Hmm.
Um, and I gotta say, I am thoroughly impressed of this guy.
It's Mesco after all.
I mean, hey man, I mean he's given the Mayfex a run for his money, but yeah, definitely this guy here is I'm pretty impressed. Now I did get the second hand. I missed out on the sale that came a few days later on Mesco.
That
That was kind of
sucks.
like out of the blue, but yeah, I mean it is what it is. But
You
I'm
said
sure
you're in the Two Face though, right?
yeah, I still need Two Face. So
Okay.
yeah, this was a single that I found on the aftermarket, really good deal. But yeah,
Obviously, yeah,
I
Mesco. Mhm.
yeah I saw the sale a couple days later on Mezco's site for the actual two piece. I was like, oh man, if I just waited, because I was just itching because I need to get this guy. I need to get this version of Batman because I think this is like my favorite version. Well, this and the black and gray one.
Mhm.
But I definitely was just like, I need to get this guy. I want to do some crossovers with him and Dick Tracy and Two Face, kind of have that kind of that
Mhm.
40s 50 era of crime fighting.
For sure.
But
What do you like about the figure?
what?
What do you like about the figure? Like, what do you enjoy about it?
I mean, it's pretty much just the posability and the look of him. He does have that really that strong man old school look
Mhm.
to it, right? As far as the body, I'm
Yeah.
not a Mezco connoisseur, so I had to rely on you fine gentlemen to tell me like the buck or what kind of body this is. I know
It's a,
Funk and our
it's it's the same body as what they use for Christopher Reeve's Superman,
okay, and not the
Not
I
good,
guess the
man.
classic
not the classic buck. No, it's a
classic.
it's a fair
Okay.
it's a fairly newish buck, I would say.
It's like more barrel chested. It's got like
Yes, yes,
Yeah. But yeah, it's a nice figure, man. I mean, honestly, it's just crap luck that like by chance the week that you buy it is the week
yeah,
that Nesco has a surprise drop.
yeah.
No one could see that coming. But yeah, the
I
Two
mean,
Face that comes with it is really nice too. You know what I mean? Because that's I mean I've read Batman comics all the way back to like the 60s, and I like the way Two Face was colored back then with
yeah,
the green disfigured face versus
hmm
now it's like, well, no, it was green and then somehow like purple became a thing. I kind of blame
yeah,
Batman Forever for that.
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
And then it went back to like like kind of red burned. So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I think did the green start like earlier than that? 'Cause I'm actually reading.
probably yeah. Green
I
was
have
the
a
origin. That was the
yeah,
origin look.
and then the red kind of came in a little bit before I think Batman Forever. I want to say because I am reading. I'm trying to go back and read the Jason Todd origin, where it's like so it's like then the DC Infinite subscription deal, which I never really take advantage of. I really need to take advantage of that and just sit down and go back and reread some stuff. I finished the Reign of the Superman recently, so that was kind of
Nice.
going down memory lane. So that was pretty fun. But no, I mean, like I said, I thoroughly enjoy this guy, man. I've been taking photos with him and Rob as well in our group, Toy Addicts. He got him as well. On the Mezco side. He's been taking tons of pics of him, and it's just a fun looking fig. I mean, I would say this. I would kind of go back and forth, maybe with this color scheme, the black symbol, with the black and gray, that works perfectly. I still, when I see this color palette, I want to see the yellow, the black and yellow shield,
Yeah.
Well,
basically.
that's also like, I mean, that's debatable because Batman has worn that variation that you have in your
Yeah,
hand, and also there is, yeah, no, a blue and gold
yeah.
emblem. So I mean, like, it's subjective.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah, it's all a personal preference. I
oh yeah, yeah.
normally, I don't really go crazy for blue versions of Batman, just because
so
it's not like, I mean, it's not really a modern look. Batman, when he's realistically out fighting crime, he wouldn't wear like a bright color
Right.
mhm,
because he's always sneaking around.
yeah.
So I never understood the logic behind that. But I mean, I'm blue is my favorite color, so I don't hate it.
I mean, I think maybe for when you're writing a comic book and stuff like that, I mean, maybe it just pops
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
I mean, he had purple gloves in the first, in the very beginning, so it's
Well,
like that kind of was,
since like I don't whenever Frank Miller wrote
That's what I was gonna ask. Was it blue
Dark
or was it black in Frank Miller's?
no, so like the common trend
it was
that
blue and black, right?
so yeah, Frank Miller started. It was like weird. It was like they didn't show or mention any costume change. It was just like like at the beginning he's wearing black and gray. All of a sudden he switches to a blue
It
costume.
does
Like,
switch.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then it
yeah.
switches back for the last the last arc, and they never address it. And then the
He's
same
got his
thing.
different fits, It's like Tuesday
Yeah,
fit, Thursday fit.
and then for Hush Batman, I'm like 80% sure that they never addressed the costume change either. That's why I was like, I was confused. I thought it was a cover thing. I thought Jim Lee just like just drew him blue in the cover, but someone told me that he wears blue in the comic itself. But I only read it once, so I gotta go back and see. But I
Sometimes
mean, yeah, go
sometimes I
ahead.
wonder too if maybe it's like a lighting thing. Like in certain panels, they'll have him outside under the
Yeah.
moon, so they use like a blue versus like indoors. Maybe I don't know.
Also, it
I
was
mean,
in
kind of reminds me of the.
no, go ahead, John. Go ahead, you say?
Go ahead. Man.
No, go ahead.
No,
What
I
did you
was gonna
say?
say it kind of reminds me with the anime. Well, you froze a little bit there, so I was waiting for you to say
Oh,
something. Um, the no, kind of the anime series, how there was like that shading in there. What was like it was, it was black and then blue, like in parts of it. I mean, that was kind of always kind of cool the way they did that. But again, I think it's just like you're saying, Chris, kind of the way maybe the lighting hits is kind of. But
they also
I,
did it in
I
Nightfall
just
too.
to me it goes back
Nightfall
and
with
forth.
Bane.
Hmm.
They
Yeah.
like he starts off in black, and then somehow he gets to blue, and then it's like, and then he goes back to black. So I don't
Did
know.
did he have the like the horn shoulders? 'Cause I see that a lot. Was that the Nightfall version? It was like
Nightfall,
horn, like hooks on the shoulders.
Nightfall
Nightfall. I
Batman.
never
Yeah,
understood
yeah.
that. I see that. I'm like, that guy's.
It's very 90s Batman.
Yeah.
But the thing is that
Oh, there he is,
in
right there.
in
Toyex. What's
comic
up, man?
form, what's up, Toyex? In comic form, I don't think they drew it with intention for it to be spikes. I think they just like that's how the cloth cape was just designed.
Yeah.
But then I guess
It just
obviously
pokes up.
Mafex's way of achieving it was probably making it out of plastic. Therefore, you think it's like a spike. You know what I mean? That's my theory. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it could be wrong. Yeah. But yeah, Chris, you want to go? Or
Yeah.
John, do you have any
So
more? John, you
good.
have
No,
any
no, no.
more?
I was gonna say I'm good. I'm good.
Okay,
Cool.
Chris.
I
Yep.
picked up another Joy Toy Space Marine. So this
Oh.
one, he's got
We
the
lost Chris. We lost Chris. He doesn't do action figures anymore. He only does joy
Oh.
toys.
These are action figures. What are you talking about?
Nah, I mean, well, they're not
What's up,
like
Rick?
112 action figures. That's what I meant.
Oh yeah. I'm in
Yeah.
the 1/16th right now.
So
So yeah, he's got that. He comes with the power sword, bolt pistol, helmet, bolt rifle, of course. So that's my second one. I think there's four. Here was the first one I got, so just so you guys can kind of see the difference. So I
and
think
that's
there's
18th, right?
yeah 1/18th. I'm sorry. Yes, I said
118.
1/16th. Yeah. So
How's
1/18th.
the articulation? Like, how are the joints? Because like, I don't have any frame. I have a few 3.75 inch figs, and like, if you bend it, like it'll break. So like, that's why I'm curious. Like, how's 1/18th?
Joints are really good, actually. I'm always very surprised. The only thing is, sometimes you got these big shoulders, so that kind of
Yeah.
hinders this, right? But as far as the way they move, they're wonderful, especially in the legs. And then you got
Oh, nice.
like heel articulation. They move really well. Like I'm always surprised because they're kind of bulky looking, right?
Okay.
But I do enjoy them a lot. I've really been enjoying those. So that's it. That's all I got this week.
I
Skelly
actually,
does a lot of his photography for that, right? Skeleton collectibles, I think. I
he
Yes,
does,
noticed.
yeah.
Is
he's
that
got
what that is?
multiple
Joy
hats
Toy.
for Warhammer. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And they
Yeah.
come out great. So yeah, I think you can do a lot of great photos with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got some new like sci-fi kind of backgrounds, and so I can't wait to drop these guys in. Take some photos.
Collecting Weather said the Joy toys are amazing and fun to play. Their mech line is also great. They have their own IP created robots. Is that what you're saying, Chris?
Yeah. So they do some other stuff. I want to say it's either Acid Rain or Acid Rain adjacent, where it's kind of like mechs and people in suits and things like
Okay.
that. They're all really nice. I love
Mhm.
I've really started to love Warhammer, and so that's kind of why maybe these will be my gateway into that stuff. Who knows?
Yeah. hmm
Are you into the games or is just the figures right now?
Well, I started playing the tabletop game, so I go to my local game store, and so I've got an army that I put together. Dark Angels is my team, love Dark Angels, and so that I started collecting those, and then one of the dudes at the shop had some of the Astartes figures, and so I saw those in person, and once I kind of saw them in hand, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start copping these. And
hmm
so the first one I got was actually it wasn't this team, it was another Astartes team, and I found him on Temu for $3, and so it was like $3. I can't beat that, So I picked it up,
Yeah.
and once I got it in hand again and started playing with it, I was like, yeah, these are really cool. I would pay $30-$40 for these, right? So,
I know they can go all the way up
Nice,
to like
nice.
$100, right?
dude, there's big like essentially like a Terminator or like one of the dreadnoughts will be maybe like this large in comparison. So that would probably be I would say the equivalent of maybe like a Toddy Mac figure in size. So
Mhm.
they do get up there in price depending on if you want the bigger stuff, which eventually I'll get there.
I asked because
Man.
I have a couple of 118 figures pre-ordered through Haya Toys.
Oh,
But
cool.
I mean, I mean, by all means, if they ever announce that they're doing a 12 scale version, I'll probably cancel and buy that. But for their Walking Dead, like specifically Dead City, one of the
Yeah.
spin-off shows that came out with last year, um, they're doing a Negan, they're doing like zombies, but it's like 118 scale. So it's like I don't collect with 18th, but I'm a huge Walking Dead fan, so I'm like, well, like, let me. I was like, I gotta have,
Yeah, well,
gotta have one, at least to play with. So I'm gonna get at least Negan.
But that's the gateway though, man.
If it
That's
sucks, I'll just use it as an office decoration. But other than that, I'm
yeah.
hoping that it's yeah.
Haya,
but
I'm
that thing
sitting on that Judge Dredd, the 112. It's been, I think they said it was supposed to be at the beginning of the year. BBTS keeps pushing the date back.
Mhm.
What's up,
What's up,
Deadman?
Dead Man? What's up, man?
We'll see. You're going to say something, though, John?
No, I was gonna say, I mean, you're getting one though, KT. That's the gateway though, man. That's like, I mean, soon we're
Nah,
gonna be he's gonna be on here, he's gonna be like, man, I got another one. Here,
nah.
let me show it off.
I cannot go
Like
go down any more rabbit holes in this toy racket.
that's what everybody says. I mean, I was saying the same thing about
No,
Mesco. Like, I'm not gonna
that's
be
what
at
my
the
room
Mesco.
space. That's what my room space says.
Same here, same here. Everybody's
pretty,
man,
pretty, pretty,
stores like
pretty soon I'm gonna be sleeping on a beanie and just like 90% of my room just being storage boxes, like
Boxes.
toys.
that is probably the biggest issue with collectors is the space issue. And the thing is, now I think I asked you about this, but it's like I love like this kind of art right here on the boxes. I love this kind of stuff.
Dude, you
Most of
should
the
get
other boxes I have, what's that?
the shadow box. I had such a hard time
Yeah.
throwing it away. It's so cool looking.
And that's the thing. I mean, I think my Mesco boxes I will keep, but my other ones like Mayfex and anything else, I kind of just
Well,
I
yeah, well
trash it. But
they're nothing fancy. They're just like
Mm.
like
well,
Mayfix
I mean,
boxes are just like they're just window.
I'm
I'm
not.
saying they're windowless boxes.
Yes, 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 yes. Let's
I
not make
forget,
this a joke.
Don't get too offended now.
I forget who he had on, but I feel like he said it. I want to say it was Blazing Toys, but he was like, it's like I feel bad. I feel guilty throwing away the boxes is what he said. And I was like,
Yeah,
that's it right there. Like I feel
Mhm.
guilty for like the
yeah.
artwork and all those kinds of things.
Actually, I saw Sir Dork do a unbox of
That's
one
true
that he
collecting.
did,
That's true.
and then he's like, oh, FYI for you collectors, man, you can throw away the boxes. It's okay.
I mean, the
It'll
way
be
I
fine.
see it is like the only reason I would keep a I mean, that's the thing. I like if I was like really like like really have my mind on making my money back, like knowing like oh someday I'm gonna sell it
Yeah,
off. Like then I'd be more like conservative about not throwing away the boxes. But I don't know. After like fucking 400th toy, I just like I can't fucking do it. Like I just, like, I
yeah,
just they gotta go. I don't care. Um, it is what it is. Yeah. Actually, no. I do have the boxes, but they're just like some of them are probably ripped up, and I just didn't care. I just wanted it open, and the others are just
yeah,
just
yeah.
sitting in the basement or something. Um, but anyways, so Chris, is that you're good? Is all the
Yeah,
toys you
yeah.
have?
But just
Okay.
on the topic of getting rid of stuff, I did want to bring up something kind of hot topic here. I am because I'm kind of going into these Joy toys. I think I'm going to get rid of my Joes. I think I'm going to get rid of my
Oh,
GI Joe classified stuff. I haven't purchased
Oh,
anything. No, not Mescos, not Mescos. Calm down. But I haven't.
oh man,
There's been nothing really that's kind of like struck my eye. I love this. I love what they do, but I just feel like
what?
I'm not a big enough Joe fan to like. I feel like now they're getting into the deep cuts, and I'm like, I don't know who these people
yeah,
are.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's how I've been this whole time while everyone's posting. Everyone's talking about Joe's posting Joe's. I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
yeah.
but
You got Rob right there, man. Rob's hurting right there.
yeah,
I
that's hurt.
mean, I
Rob
mean,
Yeah,
just
Love.
now. I mean,
I really do support it. I love what they do. I just, I'm not that big of a Joe
yeah,
fan.
and that makes sense. I mean, if you didn't grow up with the line or don't have that kind of nostalgia with it, yeah, it's kind of hard to kind of
I mean,
get
Yeah,
Chris,
really
I don't
all
trust
into
you
it.
because you dropped Marvel Legends like without like I mean like just so easy.
it.
Like you're like yeah.
Never even look back, dude. Never even look back. Yeah, I don't know. It's easy for me once
How?
I get really. It's easy for me once I get into something really deeply. Like I feel like I'm kind of getting
Yeah,
with Mezco. That's like my top priority. I would say Legions after that, and the Joy Toy is getting there. So what? What you
yeah,
think it's Legions Mezco?
No,
What?
I was like, no, yeah, I was about to say, even with Mezco Legions, it's like pulling teeth to get you to buy something. Like, yeah,
Even
I don't know if I need that.
even
It's
then,
like, it's
you're
just
right.
like, come on, man.
It's always space. I think with the Joes, it was during COVID, and I saw the Snake Eyes, and I never do this, but I saw it in Target, and I was like, let me pick this up, and I'll sell it. I'll resell it because I know these are kind of hot right now. So I picked it
Yeah.
up, and then you go online, and everybody had Snake Eyes at the time. It wasn't like a Firefly or like the Cobra Vipers. And then so I
Mhm.
was like, let me keep it. And I opened it up. I started playing with it, and I was like, these are really great. Like these are really great toys. I loved all the accessories and stuff, but
mhm,
those
You
are
know
more.
what I don't like, and I don't know why. It's the way they have their legs connected to the pelvis.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
the way it's shaped or something. It just I guess I'm just so used to Marvel Legends or it's either Marvel Legends or nothing. So like obviously
yeah,
Marvel Legends have a different like connect setup or frame.
mhm.
So with Joe's, it's just weird seeing that like panty carved in and then
well,
Well,
you're
it kind of it
no,
harkens back to
with
the
the
original though. A little bit. I mean, it kind of has that. I mean, the original had the O ring in there, but it kind of had the lace kind of going
it
into
had the
that.
the fupa right like the
Yeah,
it's better than the
but
Toddy Mac diaper though. I don't know. I feel like
yes, yeah, I will say that. Yeah, that is a. Oh, I'll choose Joe's over Toddy Mac any day right now, man. I can't do it. I mean, I'm
so
excited for the Joe's I'm getting right now. I mean, getting a few the pre-orders that I did last year are finally coming in.
mhm.
So Quick Kick and Big Boa and like kind of like we mentioned, Chris, the deep cuts. Like I mean,
I
Quick
don't know.
Kick. I mean,
Echoes.
that was like that. I mean, that should have been like way at the beginning. I mean, like now we're 3 4 years in. It's like now we're finally getting Quick Kick, but that's the beauty of it, man. It's like we're just gonna tease it. We're gonna just give it a
Yeah,
little bit here and there. I mean, for every deep cut, they'll have some figures that may mean something to some fans, but for like to me, like some of the ninjas and some of the other characters that came in the kind of early 90s or mid 90s, I'm like, I'm not too
yeah.
I'm more the 80s and early 90s characters,
for sure.
classic versions. But yeah, I'm all in on the Joes. That and even like with getting the vamp and getting vehicles. I mean, if we get more vehicles of that size, oh my god, man, it's like
Yeah,
So you
I
need
don't know what I'm gonna
Mezco
do.
Snake Eyes. You need Mezco Storm
that's
Shadow.
And
it.
then oh yeah, like Rob says.
Stop fondling it. Just grab it and get it. Like
That's
what are you doing?
the early ones. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I'll give you a
well,
month
I
to
mean, it's funny you mentioned
recoup your
you're worried if
expenses. I know you bought a couple Mezcos here and there, so I'll give you a month or two to recoup your expenses. But I'll keep bugging you with this.
I still haven't got my notice for Storm Shadow. I feel like some people I've seen him in hand already. I haven't got my notice
Yeah,
at all.
he's hitting people right now. But it's funny, Chris, when I guess KT thought you were giving her your Mexico coast, but it's like there's
Oh
only
no,
like what 2 or 3, but there's only 2 or 3. It's like it's not like I mean it's not like yeah okay classified makes more sense because yeah that's like I had to do a video of y'all for y'all one time where where I just take all my Joes out of the bin just a whole bunch of them.
Mhm.
So yeah
All right.
that this is so
So
many.
we'll move on. Let's take a segue here into our this week's hot topic that I wanted to go over. So last week they announced
Oh
that Joker will be a cover musical. And what before we dive into that, I just want to explain for everyone watching. So what they mean by that is that there will be no original musical, I'm sorry, original music like a musical. They would just take songs, that are already made by other artists and just basically have him to play karaoke to it. But like, make scenes around it and stuff like that. Now, the feedback on
yeah,
it is obviously normal comic book fans or even the casual fans are just like, no, I don't want Joker, a musical Joker. And then you also have the musical fans saying, well, it's not really a musical then if they're doing cover songs and it's not like it doesn't have any original. Yeah, like you said, like Brick said, Glee or like Rent, 500.
luckily.
You know what I mean? There's no songs like that.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's gonna be a miss on both fan bases, but that's something I wanted to go over you guys. John, if you want us to kick it off first.
I mean, because I feel like that's an Elseworlds type of story, right? That's in its
Yeah.
own little world over here off to the side. Because I didn't like the fact the first Joker you made Thomas Wayne, into basically a bad guy. Like he's always been this kind of
Hmm.
philanthropic, good-hearted person, and that's kind of been they've been teeter on that the last couple. Joker, even Zack Snyder's Batman v Superman. You had Negan playing Thomas Wayne, and he had a little bit of a little bit of an edge to him, just in trying to throw the punch, right? Because he's always been kind of like played off as kind of a peaceful type person, like hey, don't worry,
Well,
don't mess
it's
with
it's
us and this
very
and that.
subjective to the writer. I mean, like
Right,
that's
right,
why I
right.
give it up to him. Yeah.
But and then also in the Batman, they were kind of playing along like the Waynes have some hidden secrets, or they
Yeah,
have some
that is actually
you know
canon. That was actually canon to the
yeah
comics, and yeah, it's more of a like a I don't want to say recent, but like within the last decade or like of us
yeah
being born, it's definitely a
mhm.
more modern ish story that
Retconning
was
the history and stuff
introduced.
like that.
it's like
Yeah,
Right,
so
Eat the
right.
Rich kind of stuff. I feel like is popping up a lot.
Right.
yeah,
And
so
that's fine, but it's like I mean, with Joker, it was just like again, I'm gonna just treat this like completely just different. I mean, not in canon with really if they're doing any kind of movie verse, which we know kind of all that's changed now.
mhm.
But I just feel like that's its own little thing. Okay, you want to do this now? You want to have Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, which I mean, she's entertaining roles. I liked her in that the Gucci movie that she was in. I mean, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then some, just other things here and there. But that,
Mhm.
you know, hey, I was one of the people that said, "Hey, Heath Ledger as the Joker." Like, what? Are you serious? And then, of course, I had to eat my words on that.
I actually wasn't
But
mad about that as a kid. Like as a kid, I guess because I actually
I was,
liked A Knight's Tale, so I wasn't. I guess
yeah,
people were going off Brokeback Mountain, which I obviously didn't see. So like, I had a different
I
way of
mean,
thinking.
Spider-Man and the Joker.
yeah, I mean, it just that accent, and then just him, like I saw him in 10 Things I Hate About You, and just kind of like these rom coms, those kind of movies, and it's like he's gonna play the Joker. Okay, I see how that, how that's gonna turn
Mhm.
out, and it turned out fine. It turned out perfect, actually, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But again, I did like the aesthetic of the first Joker. It had that 70s, crime film noir type feel, like Taxi Driver,
Taxi Driver.
Mean
Yeah.
Streets, that kind of look. This, I don't know, you know, if they're doing, like I said, it's musical, which again, I don't mind musicals. I enjoy a couple of them here and there. So it just, I again, if they're shooting this as a can, like, okay, this is where James Gunn's Batman's gonna show up to, or this is that Bruce Wayne that's in that series is gonna become the Batman in the James Gunn verse. I'm like, okay, hold on, that's gonna be the Joker. It's like, nah, man. It's like,
Yeah.
come on, just you
Yeah.
gotta, treat this as its own thing, and then we can do do
Which
something
they are
else.
though. They are
So
doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, and I'm fine with that. Yeah. Hey, we got no chewing in the house. What's up?
I'm no
What's up, no
chewing.
chewing?
Thanks for joining
Yeah,
us.
man.
Yeah, I'll go next. You know, I think one of the things that I enjoyed about that original Joker movie is if you just took out the fact that he was Arthur Fleck and the Joker, it still would have been a pretty interesting movie. Like if you just didn't even
Yeah.
have any of the Thomas Wayne stuff, just it was a movie by itself. It reminds you of like Taxi Driver, like you said.
Mm.
And so I think it's the same director, Todd Glass, I think his name is.
Todd Phillip.
Todd Phillips. Yes,
Todd,
Todd
Todd
Phillips.
Phillips. Yeah.
And so I can't see them making it extremely just corny out of nowhere. Like what would be the reason? Why would he just completely kind of just make this terrible movie, right? I can't see him doing that off of the last one. And so I feel like because us as the audience, when we watched that first one, there was kind of that surprise of him being sort of like delusional and seeing all these,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
he can't do that again. And so I feel like the musical aspect is going to be a mechanism for the viewers to kind of, oh, this guy's crazy, or these two are crazy,
Yeah.
kind of like in their own world
Yeah.
kind of thing, And so I'm still on board for it, like I can't see him just doing something ridiculous like that for no reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So my thoughts on it. All right. So the first Joker movie, I gave it a pass because I liked it as a mental health awareness study piece. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I kind of I was like, and you know me, I'm a very like I'm a very comic like purist. I need everything to be accurate. But like once I went it's an Ellsworth story and I was able to detach from it kind of, I liked it for what it was. And if they left it as a one shot movie, I would have been happier. The fact that they're doing a sequel kind of feels like it's defeating its original
Yeah.
effect. You know what I mean? I don't know what topics or what themes they're gonna cover. I don't think the only way to express Joker as crazy is him breaking out in song and dance.
That's fair.
Even the dance scene in the first one, I found to be annoying. Like everyone loved what thought was iconic and loved it. I was like, oh my god, get it over with. I was like, all right, man. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I also Lady Gaga, like, I don't like her acting's okay, but I wouldn't put her next to Joaquin Phoenix. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I feel like she's gonna make Harley Quinn cringe, which I mean, Harley Quinn already is kind of cringe. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's just like
Yeah.
we don't need that. I feel like we don't need that at that point. She could sing, so I guess that's why they cast her. And she's Jewish and the character is Jewish, so that's the only reasons I can see why they wanted to cast her. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to those when they break out music. I hate musicals with a
So you're
passion.
out. You're out.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out. I don't like musicals at
Well,
all. So.
if you like musicals, that makes sense. But I'm on the same mindset of Brick, and I've mentioned this before. I mean, with anything, I have to see it before I
You
can
want me
really
to tell
make
you
a
a good story of
determination.
why? You want me to tell you a good story of why I hate musicals? So the
What's
first
that?
girl, first girl I ever dated was this like theater drama girl, right? I was in high school. This is after like I used to be like a fat ass kid, like 260 pounds, and I dropped that weight to 130 in a summer. So when I started attracting girls, like I had like ugly duckling syndrome. I was like, what, So the first girl that like was aggressive and made the move was this theater girl that I was like, yeah, okay. So I'm dating her, and like her family and her were just like huge Broadway enthusiasts. Like every time we were in the car together, like they had a blast like Grease or something like that, and like Step Brothers. You watch Step
Oh,
Brothers,
yeah.
the movie? You know
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
scene when
Yeah.
when the family's all singing together? Like it was like that. They
Yep.
all
Yep.
start singing together and shit, and it was
That's
like
awesome.
tight. This was like a form of torture in like military, like to me, like you know what I mean. So after
Wow.
that, I was like, I cannot like tolerate any musical
Yeah.
ever, bro.
Funny.
Oh
They're
man.
like cats, 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 cats.
Yeah, they were going ham with it. They singing shit.
Hey, Grease was good though, man. Don't knock Grease.
Grease
Grease was
is
good.
classic. Little
Yeah,
Shop of
Grease
Horror,
is.
another musical.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
I
I
love
hate
Oh
that.
Little
yeah,
Shop of
Little
Horror.
Shop of
Oh,
No,
Horrors.
that was funny.
You don't like it? And again,
you
if
want
you're
to know
not a fan of
you want to know
musical,
the
then
only musical that I ever liked, and you're gonna be like, it's the most ironic like fun fact about me.
Oklahoma.
Rent. Like
Man,
Right.
it's only because in high school, like I would wake up at obviously like 6 in the morning or 5 in the morning,
Yeah.
and like the only movies that would be on for some reason it was like Rent. So like I would sit there and force me to watch it, and
That's
like and I heard that like Rosario Dawson was in it, and I love Rosario Dawson, so I was
yeah,
like, yeah, I'll watch it. And then like after a couple of like watchings,
yeah.
just because it was the only thing on, the music started like. Like getting seared into my brain all of a sudden. I'm like 5,020. So that's
I
my
mean,
only
they can be
attachment.
earworms, man. The songs can definitely, get in your ear and they can't get out. I mean, again, that's watching Grease as a little kid, man. And I think my sister had the 45, and so she would play that constantly when she was doing gymnastics or she was like, just doing dancing or whatever. I'm just like, I was just like, Grease is the word. It's just like, and I would just, bob my head like, yeah, I like that. And of course, I want to have a leather jacket and look just like John Travolta. But
Dude, you're
Oh,
not that
yeah.
much older than us. Like, what the fuck? Like, every time you get on the live, you're always like, yeah, back in my day. It's like, dude, you're only like, fucking like
hey,
10
I'm
years, like
telling you,
10, 8 years, like, you
10
know what
years.
I mean?
That's a big difference, man.
My
That is a
si- my
big
old
difference. 10
my
years.
big sisters are like 10 years older than me. It's not that crazy, man. Like, it's not that big of a difference.
Grease was early 80s or late 80s?
Oh no, it was in the 70s. I think it was 78. I
Really?
think it was right
Oh,
there. Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I didn't see it when it came out. It came out. I mean, I was watching like growing up on on VHS, whatever.
yeah.
But no, it was doing that John Travolta. Saturday Night, Welcome Back, Kotter, Saturday Night Fever, Grease. I mean, he was like Urban Cowboy. He was making hit after hit, and then like around the 80s, he just like
Nothing.
died until
Quentin
look who's
Tarantino.
talking.
No, Quentin
Well,
Tarantino.
look,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Lucas talking. You're right.
look,
Yeah,
look he had a brief comeback with Look Who's Talking, but then until Tarantino, then he made a comeback.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
The
Tarantino
the
wasn't until
next
the 90s, right?
Mhm.
Or
yeah
80s.
yeah 94, yeah, it was the 90s, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, the next hot topic I wanted to go over was so Beetlejuice. They are bringing a sequel. I don't know when did the original late 80s, right?
It was 88.
88. So yeah, about what
Yep.
I'm not good at math. I'm not gonna say a time frame. So yeah, since the
It always feels
they're
like
bringing
20
it back.
years. I wanted to say I was like 20 years, but it's been 40 years. No, no,
40
it's
years.
40 years.
Stop!
30.
I'm gonna cry. Don't say the time.
30 closer. Yeah, yeah, about
Yeah.
30.
Yep. Yeah, that
So
was, yeah.
does anyone know where the father is in this new one? Because I in the trailer I only
um
saw the mom, Winona, well the grandma and Winona,
what
and then the
I
daughter.
think I
The
think I think
actor
that
is in some
that
legal
might be,
trouble.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Jeffrey Jones or
Yeah,
Jeffrey. Yeah, he had some like some some kind of issues going on way back when, though, with
He died.
child. No, no,
he's
no,
got
no, no,
bad
no, legal
allegations against
trouble.
him, and I don't think they invited
Yes,
him back for the film.
yeah.
They didn't
He has
invite
been
him back
acting. I
because he's
Yeah,
sick,
I think
or
he
It-
no, 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 allegations, man. Just stuff
oh,
that,
yeah, yeah,
allegations, yeah.
what
But
did he
again, I
do?
think his last role.
Like we're talking like
not good stuff.
Li-
You
okay,
can
all
Yeah,
Google
right,
it.
yeah,
fine, all
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
fine. Just
You
tell me
can
after
Google
the
it.
show.
Yeah,
Then tell
yeah,
me
yeah,
after the show.
yeah, yeah. But
All
no,
right.
I think because I think his last role was in Sleepy Hollow with Tim Burton. I think I know
Sounds
he was
about
in that.
That's
I think that was one of
crazy.
his. And then after that, yeah. But no,
Damn.
I think he might be he might actually be in the coffin in the trailer. He might be the one that's
That's
actually
why I
maybe
thought
buried.
but I wasn't
Uh,
sure. I was like, it has
yeah,
to be the dad, I guess.
and
Like,
and that's a way to get out of that because because Jeffrey does have issues. I don't know. I haven't read anything on that if he is out of that or if they are coming to bringing him back or not. But and I imagine Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin's got his his stuff going on right now too, with that whole shooting. So, but I imagine maybe they would do like they finally went off into the afterlife. At some point between
yeah,
Lydia growing, going to college, whatever, they wound up kind of transitioning over to the fully
damn.
over instead of being ghosts.
That sucks
But I'm
because
excited for it, man.
no, go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead, you saying?
I'm no, I'm excited. I've been waiting for a long time for that, man. I just like it's just I hope and I wonder if they will do this because the thing about Beetlejuice, it came out in '88, but then shortly thereafter, just like everything in the
Mm-hmm.
'80s, there was a cartoon series, and I
Mm-hmm.
used to watch that cartoon series, growing
same.
up,
Yeah,
before school and everything. I wonder if they will tie not really the cartoon, but make Beetlejuice an actual anti-hero, because in the cartoon, he's Lydia's pal. They're going on adventures and this and that.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
So I doubt it too, but it would be cool. If there's another big bad, right, and Beetlejuice has to like help them, conquer it.
Do you really think
Rather
do you
than
really
him,
think Beetlejuice core fans are gonna love that? Like, let's be honest.
again, if they, I mean, all he has as a core fan was the movie and then the cartoon, and you got more of the cartoon than you did the movie. I mean, you had one, hour 30-minute movie, whereas you had like 60 something episodes of the cartoon that you grew up watching. And my mindset always goes back to them being friends. So when I saw Lydia in the trailer, kind of looking scared of him, like, oh wait, my last memory really was the cartoon and her kind of like them just hanging out and
Well, the
having
cartoon
fun and stuff.
ignored the movie and the fact that Beetlejuice basically tried to
Yeah,
concubine her
yeah.
ass. You know what I mean? Like,
They were just like,
Pretty much, yeah. I
he was
mean,
trying to
but they
Elvis
kind of
her.
just they again, yeah. So he can come over and be in the full time world, which I think he may do something with.
Actually, now that I remember that, like, that makes it even more interesting that they chose to, because that's a very, what's the word, controversial thing. That, I mean, I don't know. It's probably on Reddit if I search for it, but the fact that he was trying to cuff a minor. You know what I mean? To what was it to be in the living
Yeah,
plane?
the movie's
So
gonna start off with a public apology by Beetlejuice. He's like, listen, I'm really sorry for my actions.
No, seriously, like, are they gonna ignore
I mean,
that, like,
yeah, I
in this
mean,
movie? Like, how are they gonna get around that? That's what I'm thinking.
well, no, I
Because
don't think
it's not like it's a
they're
rated R
ignoring it. I mean, I think
movie.
that's why.
It's a PG-13 movie. So how are they
No, it
gonna
was
like
rated
ignore
PG.
it?
Yeah, and the first one was PG. I mean, which is crazy to think
Yeah,
about
but
now when you go
it
back
was
and
like
look at
the
it. I
80s,
mean, yeah,
so
yeah. Right. No. I mean, again, crazy looking back at it now, but I think, I mean, Lydia will obviously tell. I guess that's her daughter, Jenna Ortega, and say all that. Like, oh man, I can't. Why'd you bring Beetlejuice back and this and that, and maybe it will be to maybe bring back whoever. Again, if it's their dad, her
they're gonna have to talk
grandfather,
about it. They're gonna have to talk about it, right?
yeah.
They're
I
gonna
mean,
have
so, to talk about, she's gonna have to bring up the history, and then
Mhm.
again, I'm curious to see where they go, but it's just crazy that we have Michael Keaton playing Batman and Beetlejuice. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to say, yeah, 30 years, 40 years,
He's honestly
later. I mean, because yeah, you had Beetlejuice.
he's grabbing anything right now,
You,
because he took a long break from acting to be with his
oh yeah,
kids, and then starting with Birdman,
yeah.
which
Man
was
was
that
fire.
weird
You
indie
don't like that
movie.
movie? I love that movie.
No, I never saw it. I just
I
never
like
Dude,
watched it.
Birdman.
check it out,
No,
bro.
it was good. Yeah,
It's like
and
half
that
superhero movie, half like art house kind of movie. It's really
right,
good.
Okay, I'll check it out. But
yeah,
yeah, man, it's interesting to see what comes of it, and how they execute it. And I wonder if they're just gonna do like, you think they're gonna try to like milk it into a franchise, like how they did Ghostbusters Afterlife? You know what I mean? I do. For the love of
it,
me, I really want Afterlife to be like the final one because it was good. It was surprisingly very good, and I was like,
I still
dude,
haven't seen it.
it could only go downhill. It's like it could only get downhill from here. And
Yeah.
based on the reviews of the latest Ghostbuster movie, it seems my predictions came to fruition.
Yeah. I think that was a great analogy. The Ghostbusters Beetlejuice
Yeah.
thing is like I was just thinking about it. Like while I'd love Beetlejuice and I'd love for this to be a good movie, and I am gonna probably watch it. I was thinking, I was like, what's the last Tim Burton movie I really enjoyed? And I was like,
Yeah.
like A Nightmare Before Christmas, like Edward.
People
Yeah.
say he fell off in a sense. I mean, I think he fell off. His final like movie that made me like kind of give up on him was Charlie. Well, no, what was it?
Yeah, Charlie and
Charlie in the Chocolate
Charlie. Yeah.
Factory, because it was just so like off brands like what Gene Wilder did, and it was just like I don't know. I don't know if it was so much Johnny Depp. Maybe I don't know. I didn't like Johnny Depp's depiction. I don't know if that's his fault or if that's how Tim Burton forced him to act. But I didn't like it at all.
weird. It was weird.
Yeah.
Which I wonder now. I mean, because again, seems like it's going back to his roots, right? Because Beetlejuice was like at the very beginning of Burton's career. I mean, you had Frankenweenie, and then Pee Wee's Big Adventure, and then Beetlejuice, and then that was kind of like the catalyst. And then he got the Batman job, and then after that, boom, he was off to the races, and then he started making more Tim Burton-esque movies. Even though Beetlejuice is in that realm, I think if you just looking at the trailer, I was like, oh man. I mean, well, for one, he's actually on real sets. Like he's on location. He's not
That's
like in this kind of,
yeah.
CGI filled soundstage
Like
like some of the films he's done. It's like, I mean, I'm curious to see what he does with that, and kind of going back to more maybe simplistic kind of
Mhm.
storytelling, basically. I
Someone
mean,
said
but
that.
again,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, but again, with with this technology now, there's a lot more you can do now in the netherworld with with the sandworms and everything, which I am interested in seeing. I mean, it
that'll be
was
awesome.
very cheap or of its time budget, right? Back with the first one. Now you got some more money, you can go in there and kind of go a little more crazier. That's what I'm interested in seeing that, but also this is Tim Burton, you know, however many years later. It's like I don't want to get too crazy though. It's like let's just kind of I like the aesthetic of Beetlejuice kind of being in that simplistic town and kind of like having the effects kind of
Mm.
help prop it up and not do all the work, not get too crazy with it.
Right on.
Someone actually said that they feel like he's gonna try to stay original to the original techniques
Mhm.
used in terms of just using a better, obviously a better budgeted claymation ish, I guess you would call it. The effects.
I'd be
Yeah,
up for that.
yeah,
That'd be cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really big on that. I know the in Pee Wee, Large March, that little
Yeah.
effect that he did. That I
Mm.
mean, that was so cool, but it scared the crap out of me as a kid. But I mean,
Mhm.
to do something like that, and I mean, yeah, I think that definitely will work. Even in the first Beetlejuice with the snake when he turns into the giant snake, and
Yeah, that was like,
yeah, that
yeah.
was
Mhm.
yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Look, it just again, I would really be happy. I'd be happy either way. If he's the villain, or if he actually has to become like an anti-hero and help Lydia and her daughter or granddaughter. I don't even, again, whoever Jenna Ortega is playing. I imagine it's
Wi-
her daughter,
Winona,
but
she's Winona's daughter.
has to come to the rescue. So
Yeah. Winona Ryder
okay,
is
yeah, that's what
making
I
a
figured.
making a
But
comeback though.
again,
I
I
gotta
haven't
give it to her.
read too much.
Yeah, I was just saying Winona
Yeah,
made a
Stranger
comeback
Things, and then
with Stranger
just other
Things.
things she's
Yeah.
been in.
Mhm.
Yeah. So good for
Yeah,
her. I mean, I never thought she was
yeah, it's
that
good to see
like.
her in there.
I never liked her that like that. Like I don't even find her attractive to personally. However, I did love her like over the top. Like it was meant to be like like comical. Her as the mother of Will, because she was always like like pick up the phone like
Yeah.
screaming, who is talking to me?
I love young Winona, but
Yeah,
in Stranger Things, it was a complete like, oh, she's very motherly in this. I was kind of like, eh.
yeah,
When she was younger, like
yeah.
Beetlejuice and what's that other movie she's in where she's like, what
Heather's, man, Heather's.
that was it? Yes, yeah, yeah. Anyway,
But yeah,
Oh man,
if you
yeah.
guys wanna move on to newest toys released. I don't think we went over this. The Mattel announced that they're bringing back Street Sharks.
nope. I was gonna send that to you because
Yeah.
we were just talking about it like a couple episodes right ago.
Because they brought back some old designs that they put, like the prototype designs that they made
Yeah,
into figures, and I
Yeah.
was like, because I was like, oh man, that's it. But then nah, they announced they're bringing back the retro, even the retro cardboard cage bars. And
Mhm.
dude, oh my god, as a kid, I was like, and like I just like we just talked about, I don't care about packaging, but even as a kid, I was like, wow, that's dope. Like the way they
yeah,
presented and
yeah.
stuff, I was like, oh man,
It was like the cage box, and then it had like bars in it and stuff. It had like some
yeah,
Right.
loved it, man. My only obviously
Well,
I'm not crazy about Mattel like that because I feel like obviously they're kind of inferior now to other toy lines in terms of quality. It would if Mezco made one, I would have
knew you
been
were
I
hey,
gonna
would have
say
hey,
been
hey.
hyped. What's up?
I said I knew you were gonna say that. I was like, next thing he's gonna say Mezco Street Sharks.
If Mezco,
Yeah,
if
yeah, yeah.
Mezco,
We know he's gonna go that route.
I would go ham on those shits. I would. Oh man, they're not gonna do it, but I would go crazy for them.
Also, I'm sure John's got a bunch of stuff to talk about with all the Motu.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, we can go through real quick. I know today they announced their fall line
This is Mattel.
for Masterverse. Yes, Mattel Masterverse or Masters of the Universe, Mattel and Origins. Let's bring this up real quick.
Mattel heavy
So
episode. This episode is brought to you by Mattel.
I wish. So yeah, they announced their upcoming. So this is the Masterverse wave. So this is like their 6-7 inch scale line. So they
They didn't
brought
make this one
in.
already.
So this is the
Is
no,
this new?
no.
A
This is
new?
Hordak. This is
Oh, okay.
yeah.
It looks
This is Emperor Hordak from the Revolution animated show on Netflix.
Oh, okay. Okay, I
So
get
yeah,
it. I
Hordak.
get it. Mhm.
canon
Yeah,
wise. Is Hordak an alien?
he is. Oh man, you're gonna catch me slipping here. He's not really an alien. I mean, he's a
Do they even cover that in
otherworldly being.
MOTU? Do they even like? I feel like they.
Because he
I,
was like a later
Yeah.
villain, right? Like he was like post Skeletor. They had to bring in a new guy. They brought him in. Right?
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, in the lore, he is kind of Skeletor's. So Skeletor is his apprentice, basically, and
Yeah.
he's like this,
oh.
omnipresent, like this grand wizard,
Mhm.
and he's like the emperor to Skeletor's Darth Vader, and
Mm.
then Skeletor eventually just like like I'm done with you, man. Like I'm just I'm done being your puppet. I want to do go do my own thing.
So
So they
he's
play that off in the
stronger.
Revolution.
Is he
Yeah, yeah,
stronger
pretty well.
than
In
Skeletor?
the beginning, he is. Yeah, yeah, in the beginning, but then there you go, Oz. Yeah, he's not native to Eternia, so yeah, he's not from the actual planet that He-Man's on.
Oh.
Got you. The reason I was asking, I was like, why did they
Yeah.
make him green? That's what I was kind of getting at. Like maybe they were playing into the alien thing, but I guess not. They just wanted him green.
Oh, he's kind of.
Kind of
Is it show off as green or is he? He's kind of like kind of a tannish
What
color here.
okay.
he's tan. He's not green.
Okay.
Yeah.
But originally was he that same color? Because I thought Hordak was like
He
white or
was
something.
white. Yeah. He was like a little bit whitish color. So this is like their interpretation for the Netflix show. So
Yes.
they
Okay.
kind of took this kind of liberties with it, which I like it. I dug the new style. Kind of got
Yeah.
away from the She-Ra version. And again, this was another character. This was Tila that she came out with in the Revolution cartoon animated series.
Have you watched
And
this
then
yourself, John? Have you watched
yeah,
the
hell
cartoon?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
How do you
I
like
mean,
it?
I like it because it was good. It was good. I mean, I know there was a lot of flack for the Revelation cartoon, and then
Also, there's a
The
with
Kevin
difference.
Smith one.
so it basically so I look at Revelation as kind of a season one or part one in a trilogy, and then
Mhm.
Revolution is part two or yeah part two of that trilogy. Hopefully, it's a trilogy, but it's just
Okay.
it's in continuity. So you really don't have to really watch the original Filmation cartoon from the 80s, but it wouldn't they do put little Easter eggs in there. So and then even with the lore of the figures and everything, like again, Snake Tila was kind of a you know early design for her as the Green Goddess, and so they kind of played that into the actual show and how she got these powers of the serpent.
Mm.
So and then Duncan, the foreign man arms, now he's the man of war. He in Revolution, so that's his new design. Which I knew again as I'm watching the show. Right, I'm just like, oh my gosh, man, they're gonna make a figure out of this guy or this person, this person. I'm just thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to cop all these. It's like because it's like, oh
Mm.
man,
So you
so
got a
all of them have to
promotion.
get.
Now Man of War.
Yeah, so this is Merman. This is the new Eternia version Merman, and I'm kind of like, I cannot believe this is gonna be my third version of Merman. It's like it's crazy. I never thought I would have three versions of Merman. I mean, technically, really wasn't always my favorite growing up, but I always used to think these his chest piece here was like a corn on the cob. If you look at the original figure, I mean, I always thought that was just corn as a kid. Um, so yeah,
This
I
one's
just yeah, yeah. I mean, definitely. I think they finally nailed like a classic merman look. And then New Eternia again is taking liberties with the characters. I think they're more of the classic version, but because the Revelation cartoon, they kind of have their own interpretations of how the characters look.
Mhm.
So with New Eternia, they can kind of say, well, we can give you like a classic, version, but they do take artist conceptions from the 80s. So they
Mhm.
that's kind of their role with that. And this is Beastman from the actual 87 movie. So I'm getting a Beastman from 1987. So I thank them for that.
Nice.
Chewbacca.
So I mean, as a kid, yeah, I mean, he kind of resembles Chewbacca a
And they're
little
making
bit.
another Skeletor.
Yes, yes, yes. So this is, I think, my sixth or seventh Skeletor right now. This is
Is he
Battle Armor
powered up?
Skeletor.
Is his version of him powered up or something?
So this is Battle Armor Skeletor. So the
Oh.
original Battle Armors back in the day, they had like the little the little chest piece
Yeah.
that it had like a little piece that could just rotate and it would show the different battle damage on it. Now they just make these little, the little pieces that you can just, take off the figure and put them on. So I like it because of the helmet. I mean, that is so freaking, I mean, badass right there. I mean, the helmet with the chainmail head. I mean, it looks like he's going off to battle. So I think that's a really good upgrade. I like the face sculpt too. Really good face sculpt on Skeletor. And then Leech was one of Hordak's minions. So again, just say somebody that just he had on
He was the
his
dude with
on
the
his
suction
team.
cups, right?
Yes, he had the suction cups and like the suction mouth and everything. So yeah, just promo photos of him. I was going back and forth on him when I saw the reveals. I'm like, I don't know, but then I was like, I'm gonna end up copping him. It's like, yeah, it's Leech.
Yeah, I feel like he's the most cartoony looking out of what you just showed us.
So far, yeah. I think it's the colors, the bright colors. And then Cyclone, he yeah. I didn't really care too much for Cyclone. He had like the little spinny little gimmick on the original figure. Like you kind of ratchet him up and he would spin around but yeah, not a bad as far as Masterverse quality. Again, I never got the classics from the early 2000s, so these are kind of like my ways of getting Motu figures without having to break the bank and getting all the classics back in the day. But it's like, I mean, I never think of having Motu figures in these kind of poses though. That's what's kind of crazy.
Mm.
I mean, because
Yeah,
again, I mean, the articulation, I mean, it's there, but it's like I never really figure I could get them in, cool little poses like this. Usually they're kind of like more like the muscular kind of pose down kind of poses, but
you don't
that's
push
pretty
them,
pretty
or
cool.
do you just not explore,
I,
or you just are you
that's
too scared
probably
of
it. I
breaking?
don't. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Just my fear of breaking them.
Mm.
Oh, and this right here, the throne. I mean,
That's nice.
I can only imagine how big this is going to be for a 1/12 scale figure. But man, this can go with anything. I mean,
How much are they asking for that?
I don't know yet. I don't know if they've announced pricing yet on there or not. But I think everything goes on pre-order tomorrow. I don't know the time. I gotta look that up. But yeah, definitely, I think everything goes on tomorrow. But yeah, definitely this can be. I think these change color too. The lights,
What's
the
the price
flames.
range? What's the price range in general for the figures? Like usually,
About 20, 21, 25. Yeah. So not too bad. Actually, the Skeletor, I'm like, I'm not really too, I'll probably give them away or sell them. I'm not too. Again, this be my 8th one if I keep them and stuff. It's like I don't really need. I just want the throne. The throne looks so badass, and it's like again that can be used for mythics or any Conan or whatever. So
dude, Mephiston or what was his name? The green horned
Demetrios.
Demetrios.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, oh yeah, it does. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if that's just a lighting, like maybe they have a light underneath there, or if that's actually you can change the colors. But yeah. If you could, that's gonna be pretty cool.
That's
Oh yeah, and Thunder Punch, you man. Yeah. Finally got the head sculpt. They're getting there. They're getting there with the head sculpt with He-Man. I mean, the main guy, you would think they would have that head sculpt nailed down, and yeah, they're getting there. Definitely. I mean, hopefully, yeah. It's like, I can't. I don't know. It's so it frustrates me so much because like I want a real good head sculpt of He-Man. It's just like they're just. I don't think they're still there yet.
What
and
is
actually
that
somebody?
It looks like a dual disc Yu-Gi-Oh. You know the things from Yu-Gi-Oh, like with the cards and stuff.
Yeah. So it used to have like these little caps on the original figure. So that's just paying homage to it. But that's what it was. It was like these little blast caps you would have on the original one that you would spin up.
Oh, the RoboCop toys. You were like that too.
Yeah.
Blast caps.
And then Will Flow. What did he say? He said, let's go and eat that throne. I know it's like everybody's so excited about the throne. It's like you can use that for a lot of stuff, but I mean, yeah, I think that was 10 figures in total, including the deluxe one with the throne. So yeah, I'm probably gonna end up getting all those. Then it's like, oh my gosh.
Damn.
I was looking at my shelf. I was like, dang man, I got no space. I'm gonna start having to like kind of like double up in my shelf. So
Do they have an all like a cheaper bundle? Like how much? You know what I mean? Like you buy the whole wave, like McFarlane does, or
I don't know. I don't know if they do. I don't think they do like packs like that. I think they
that
just
sucks. Yeah.
you have to pre-order them individually. But I mean, like I said, the price point's not too bad.
And
If these were
do
like
they
50
get do they go
something,
cheaper? Do they like lower in price over time, or
yeah,
is like
yeah,
get it
eventually,
now or
yeah.
you're screwed?
No, 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 no. I mean, for some, possibly, I think there. I mean, there's a onesie twosies out there that definitely go up in value, and you can't. I mean, like they don't go down in price, and you can't get them in
Hmm.
really in the anywhere else. I mean, I think somebody told me I think web store, kind of like the arachnid kind of spider blue looking guy. Yeah, he's pretty valuable, and it's like really, it's like man, I would never think any of the Massiverse would, but no,
Hmm.
they do go down. I mean, you just got to be on the lookout. I mean, they'll drop down to like maybe 15, $12 or something like that. You could probably
Yeah.
find them on Amazon, but they kind
Hmm.
of again it just fluctuates. So
Yeah.
Do they hit
I'm fine with.
Ross or Ollie's?
They do, yeah, yeah. They have been. I have seen some people get like Buzz Off and Clam Champ and just other characters at Ollie's. So I just know my target, and they'll hit the retail stores too. But I know with my target, like I went there 2 days ago and they don't have nothing, and it sucks because I mean like people are getting Ken, and so I saw Ken from Street Fighter, and it's like I mean I can't even find him yet, and it's like they're finding all these great figures at Targets and stuff. Like I can't get. I mean my Target has like nothing
Now,
on the shelves.
are you against getting Storm collectibles for your Street Fighter?
Oh no, man. I mean, well,
Because I was just saying,
I
like, if you're gonna get video game figures, yeah, you might as well go for the cream of the crop. You know what I mean? So,
dude, Jada Toys, man, those are doing. I am fine with Jada Toys,
For the
man. That's like
price,
for the
great.
price point and the articulation, the looks. I mean, hands
I'm talking
down,
about the
I will go with.
status.
Hey, hey, man, I got the Storm Collectibles MK3, Sub
Oh,
Zero,
you did.
Scorpion,
Oh,
and Reptile. No, I do got some, and that was aftermarket price, but I mean,
oh wow.
I mean, that was like 265 for Sub Zero. I
Ouch.
mean,
Damn, really?
that was,
Wow.
yeah.
Shit.
And then Scorpion was around the same time. It was like just over two. I mean, that was I was like, I gotta get these. I mean, that was
Mm-hmm.
like kind of like my when I started getting back into collecting too. And I
Mm-hmm.
really didn't have any kind of sense or know how or was on discords and didn't have like hookups or anything like that. So I just was on eBay going, yep, I'll pay
You
that.
weren't
Yeah.
you weren't sworn into the click. You didn't get the
I know.
the
I know I didn't.
tips.
Going back to what you're saying though about in-store kind of toy shopping though, in my experience, the bet is go to your Target, say what day do you guys get your stock in, right? Find out what day. Usually Thursdays, I think, is for mine, and then you
Mm.
got to go there early, man. Like as soon as they open, and then that's usually how you can find a lot of like the
Will
stuff
they
you're
tell
looking.
you that though?
Will they tell
If
you
you
what?
ask?
Yeah, oh yeah. If you ask
Hmm.
somebody, just be like, hey, what days do you guys usually get your truck in? They'll be like Thursdays, Fridays, whatever.
You have some helpful. Yeah, I guess you have like a nice helpful target because I'm sure
They
the
don't do
employees.
that
If
for
I don't have, I wouldn't do that to someone I know they don't give a shit. So I know they're gonna be like, I don't know, man. They're gonna be like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, you gotta lay the charm on, bro. You gotta be like, hey, I'm looking for this thing, blah blah blah. Could you help me out with this? Blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
Oh man. No, that's I mean, it's to try that. I mean, it's to try because yeah, it's like, but it's still I see nothing. Then I go to my boss's Target and he's got like a whole bunch of stuff, and I'll ask him too. Say, hey, dude, can you make a Target run real quick and just look for this, and I'll send him a screenshot. Oh, I can't, man. I'm taking care of the kids right now, and of course, it's like he's like literally like 2 minutes away from a Target. It's like right in front of his house, and I gotta drive all the way up there. I'm like, man, look at all this. I mean, all this great stuff you have. You couldn't walk 2 minutes to the Target just to like cop this for me.
It's like I don't
I
have time for
Venmo.
your toys, John.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, if I bring home toys, my girls are gonna see it, and then I gotta buy them everything. It's like, no, man, they can't see me with toys.
Hmm.
Oh man, you want to get to the showcase?
Yeah, pull them up.
Let's do this, man. This is something I've been wanting to.
Articulated underscore plastic.
Let's do this. This is articulate plastic, man. Now I know the general theme for him is aliens and predator, but I've seen him do a lot of cool stuff. I think this one was actually on the Extreme Sets newsletter today
Oh, nice.
for the behind the
Nice.
scenes. Yeah, I think he and I. Oh man, I mean, this is Photoshop with the joints, but man, it looks like a statue. And this is the Toddy Mac Nightfall Batman.
Interesting
You know,
combination.
Yeah, right. The Joker and that Batman.
Mhm.
and that's the just Joker by Mezco Toys. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then one thing I like about James, man, Articulated Plastic, is that he gives you so many different angles, but then he'll give you the behind the scenes. It's like, and I'm just like, I'll look and like, how the heck did he? Okay, I see he did this and did that, and he actually convinced me to get Loom Cubes. I mean, just because he has them, I was like, I gotta cop some Loom Cubes.
Great.
So, yeah, I love the fact that he does offer behind the scenes in different angles too.
Mhm.
And it's like I just look at it going, man, that's how he got the light on there. So it's like he had a little snoot and then just a little backlight there, and then so cool. I mean, so again, obviously the eyes. I mean that's adding some effects in there, but yeah, really really good shot. And there you go, man. There's your Mezcos. Mezco, or actually, Mezco Storm, Snake Eyes, and Classified Storm Shadow.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah, good
Cool little
motion.
angle, little effect right there.
Oh yeah, nice. I didn't even see that. Yeah, that's nice.
See, that's what's cool. I mean, he just had a little, hook stand there.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really nice. That's like,
Sorry guys,
man,
I didn't have my Red Bull today. So if you see me yawning and shit, I didn't have my Red Bull.
Oh man, it's like
That's
9 o'clock for you already.
It's the NECA or is this the McFarlane? This is NECA.
that's NECA. That's
Yeah,
gotta be
yeah,
NECA.
NECA. Yeah,
McFarlane.
Hashtag say
McFarlane
no.
never made.
McFarlane has an Alien Queen. Yeah, it's actually really nice. I had it a while ago. I sold it.
Like, but that would be an older one. That'd be
It
from
was
old
the movie
McFarlane.
Maniacs Alien Queen.
Oh,
It
okay.
was big.
That just looks so movie quality right there. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
NECA made one. NECA made one, but I'm trying to think. Like, was it really big? Oh, right? Like,
You talking about the Queen Alien?
yeah, the Queen Alien. Did it come in like a
I'm
giant
sure.
box or something?
Let's see. I'm
right?
sure he has BTS. That's the size of it.
Yeah, like maybe like the size of like a troll. Legion troll.
Oh, I've seen this. This is on. I've seen this on BBTS. This little accessory kit. This little dial set.
That's nice.
And then same with this too. But I just like how he has this the atmosphere, right? So you have atmosphere here that's like kind of yellow orangish, and then like the white blue right here. I mean, it kind of just breaks everything up. And then pure white down here. It just it's an excellent shot.
Well, it's interesting, like you said, because it's gone from left to right. You got the cool light, then you have that warm light. Go back to the Alien, which has the cool light on it, so that oscillation of like the temperatures.
Because you got to get this guy back here, get him in the shot, or at least get him some attention. So having this light here kind of separates them from from the foreground and the background.
Yeah,
but excellent shot. Oh, that's really cool.
That's really
I think this
great.
is for Gridiron. Oh, okay. So he's
the gun,
Gridiron,
the weapon.
Yeah.
But what's the figure?
The what?
What is the figure?
Oh,
it's Joe.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's Stalker. It's Stalker, but he's so the ghillie suit, rifle, and grassy turf. So that's all from Gridiron. I have to get some of their stuff. I mean, I'm always tempted, but I'm just like, nah, I think I'm good. But I see so many good people, so many things, people use it.
The only thing I've heard people say is that we're talking about the weapons, right? The company makes the guns.
Yeah. The
right?
weapons and now they get into accessories now. So, but yeah, weapons.
Someone mostly said that the only thing the only difference noticeable is that their guns are, I guess, more fragile feeling than like Mezco's, but I don't know. Mezco is pretty fragile, so I can't imagine. Yeah.
Well, I mean, these are probably resin printed, And so,
Mhm.
like, even if you get a good resin that's kind of like durable, it's still not going to be as good as a factory press, like what Mezco
Yeah.
does, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
That's
they
true.
look good. So, I mean, look at all that detail. Wow.
Yeah. It's- Man, like the little light right there on the side of
At
his
first, I
face. Very
thought he had
good. Very good.
dreads. I thought he was just.
I mean,
Predator.
yeah, kind of. No, yeah, kind of gives off that vibe.
I
But yeah,
said
the ghillie
he is
suit.
ready for the Burning Man concert.
Oh man, this is same
Nice.
NECA Predator. I think this is from the Predator movie. I think
Yeah.
But which
this guy.
predator?
Well,
The
the Predator,
Oh,
the Predator,
I was like,
the Predator.
I know it's from the Predator movie. Which is which Predator?
That's what I was trying to emphasize.
That
The
movie
Predator.
sucked so bad. It
I
was
well, I
so
mean,
bad.
unfortunately.
it
I mean,
was
the
bad.
designs were cool, but like obviously the designs are always cool, but like story wise, it was just so bad.
Bad.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
I'm not a hard pleaser, so it's like, damn, if I don't like it, no wonder the diehard fans didn't like this shit. Like,
and I mean, not to go off a tangent, but I mean, there's some deleted stuff or there's some alternate takes on that because I know there was supposed to be like a whole bunch of like good predators. I think that was supposed to be with the kind of
yeah,
the
mhm.
little the
it
good
just
guys basically.
it just didn't make sense. Like they just didn't write it, right where it made
Yeah,
sense. It
yeah.
was kind of like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not opposed to predators being, because they like if you go by the comics, there's a lot of different factions, and not all of them are
Hmm?
dicks. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They're some of them are a little bit more civil and like not as like, oh, we have to kill
Honorable
humans.
and
They're probably like, yeah,
right.
whatever.
Well, I mean, Predator too. I mean, no, they just like, hey, they told Dan Glover, hey, you won with
Yeah,
honor, man. You
exactly.
can, hey,
Mhm.
hey, here, take this pistol and get, you can either stay or get off, but we're heading out. We're blowing this.
What you
We're
want to do,
peacing
bro?
out.
What you gonna
We're
do?
peacing out, man. You can either stay with us and roll. You can roll with us, or you can get the hell out. But
I hope you got some money for that gun, because like,
Yeah, yeah.
and they handed me like a rusted gun. I'm like, really? That's my reward? Like,
That's a
nice.
cool shot
He
right
used
there.
the jail from Extreme Set, I believe, right? Or no?
No, I think this might be a dio. This might just be a pure made dio from
Nice.
somewhere. Which predator is this? Oh, Ultimate Snake Predator. I mean, there's so many, man. It's like I'm not even gonna
Yeah, there's way too many.
like.
Yeah, it was a cool idea to frame it through the grading or whatever.
Yeah, that's always hard too. I was doing that the other day with one of my figures. Is that fur? Is that like a soft good that came with this one?
I don't know.
Yeah,
NECA Preds,
yeah.
I don't even know if someone was to like start collecting NECA Preds, I don't even know where they would start because there's just so many.
So many. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
Oh, this
a
specific.
lot of the good ones are like they haven't reissued in ultimate status, so it's like they're way more like the one
Yeah.
like the Berserker, all the aliens from I mean not all the predators from Predators, those are like mad money on eBay. All the predators from Alien versus Predator, those are mad money on eBay. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god, this shot right here. So I
That's
mean, everything from the setup, from the guns to the trash on the back with the pallet, and then you have like the little backdrop there. Now this is the warehouse dio from Extreme Sets, and again, the framing is just top notch. Got the bottle from McCready, the thing from NECA. I mean,
mhm,
again, when you can use props, man, I think it really sells the photo. But
mhm.
having the little the briefcase and everything just laid out, and yeah, just a cool shot. I love the softness too. I wonder if that's. I wonder if he's using atmosphere aerosol and kind of just like dousing it and kind of just letting it kind of slowly dissipate and then get the shot off to kind of get some of this softness. But that's one thing I do notice in his photos a lot. There is that little bit of in some of them. There's a little bit of softness in there.
I think it's the Mesco, but I'm just kidding.
Dude, is this Mesco? Let me see. Okay, yeah.
It is, of
So it's the
course.
Mesco Toys Punisher.
If it's good, the answer is always Mesco.
Yeah, yeah. Also, I feel like he might be using I forget the name of the material, but it's like this material which goes over the lights to kind of soften up the light so it's not so
The
harsh on.
diffusion?
Yeah,
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 diffusion.
Listen, guys, and until I get Mezco's sponsorship, I'm gonna be non.
I
I'm gonna
mean,
be
even
fanning nonstop on these live shows. That's all I'm gonna say.
but is it gonna stop once you get the members or the sponsorship? It should be
Oh no!
more, right?
Oh, once I get a sponsorship, I'm gonna be more obnoxious about it. But I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
I'm about to say
I gotta
this is
start
just a little
somewhere.
snippet,
Let's go.
just a small snippet, and then once he gets the sponsorship, once he gets recognized,
Listen, I need
it's
what
off
I
to the
need is
races.
Mezco and McFarland to tune into our shows and notice how hard I fight for them. So that's all I'm saying.
Uh, okay, another unique thing I'm kind of seeing right here that I don't see very often is it looks like he's got a piece of glass above
Glass,
everything
yeah,
to
the
also kind of
glass,
help with that diffusion a little bit. So that's
Mhm.
that's
yeah,
a cool technique. I like that.
Mhm.
yeah.
Question about this set, if you guys know that through the window, is that just a painted on or like a sticker, or is
No, that's a that so the that panel for the extreme sets, it's just like it's open,
Mhm.
so
Oh.
you can because I copped this idea. Well, I took inspiration from the idea. It's like because
Mhm.
what I never thought to occur to me. Oh, I can just use my NECA backdrop. The little
Mhm.
thing that attached to the
Yeah.
dio,
Yeah.
and then you just plaster that on the back of the window. So I mean, he could that could be something a picture or something. But yeah, that dial is it's just it's just clear. It's like you can stick your hand through there. It's not
Cool.
a nothing on there. But again, that's the beauty of it because you can layer it, right? You
Mhm.
can add some depth by putting something behind, that those
Mhm.
windows and having like a skyline or something like that. But I have tried around with I have played around with the glass effect, the glass technique a little bit. To kind of like you said, Chris, to kind of cut down that on the harsh light
Mhm.
and kind of bring down the diffusion a little bit. But yeah, overall, yeah, just great shot, great setup.
Mhm.
I like how when I see like people using weights and stuff like that, it's like it's kind of it's like I have plenty of weights at the house. So I should use that. And there you go. So that's the he's got like a little backdrop. And in fact, I need to get a backdrop from Chris. So I
Mhm.
need to talk. I need to hit you on the download for that.
Let me
But
know.
yeah, man, that is James. That is articulated underscore plastic.
Great stuff.
Nice. For
Glad he's our
everyone
circuit.
watching, go send him a follow and yeah, check out his work. He does great stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll cap it off here, guys. For everyone watching, thank you for joining this week's live show. Again, we have this show every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we go over everything, pop culture, toys, you name it, and we'll bring it up. So you guys have a good night and you take care, all right?
Take care, everybody.
See ya.